Do you want to give your jeans a stunning makeover? Watch as I turn plain denim into a wearable work of art with this Sashiko-inspired floral stitching. Just above the ankle on the back of the jeans. I have some jeans here and some templates, my marker pen, and what I'm going to do is I want to put a pattern down the back leg of these jeans, just a small pattern going up the back of the leg in the centre. I just thought it would be a cute addition to decorate these jeans up because they're pretty plain. So first I'm going to use this template to draw a stem part to base my cherry blossoms on, and then I'm going to use this cherry blossom template because this is one of my favourite patterns. You'll see me do this one a lot. I'm just going to mark these lines on here. Alright, well those are quite faint. I may have to get a different heat erasable pen and mark those, but for the moment I can see them. And then I want to decide how big a size cherry blossom I want to put on here. So I don't want it to be very big. I might try this size one on the bottom and then a couple of smaller ones at the top. So let me see if I can position this one over the stem. No, you know, I kind of think that might be too big. I think I might just use the small one. So let's put this small one on here. Have you bought any of these templates and used them? I just find them so useful. I have certain ones that are my favourite patterns, and I have always sewn a lot of cherry blossoms on things that I've made with Sashiko. But this is the first time I've actually used this template, and it looks like a really good one because there's so many different sizes of them for me to use. That looks good there. Yeah, I am going to get a different pen. So let's put another one there. This is actually a washout pen, so I thought I would try this. The nib of it does seem to be a little thick. This actually might be a little bit thick to go through the cutout area of this, so I'm not just sure if this will work very well. I can kind of feel it skimming across the top. We'll do this and then we'll have a look and see if it's going to work or not. Okay. Just waiting to see if that darkens up a bit. Well, it works on the outside. I'm not sure it works that well on the centre, but we'll see. So I think what I'm going to do is the part that I've already marked, I'm going to start and do the sashiko on it. That way the lines won't rub off, and I'll go back and add some more depending on what it looks like. Let's go ahead and start the sashiko. So this is a thread that I've already got opened. I've actually got lots of this thread, so that's what I'm going to use. I've got my sashiko thimble. And I'm going to start up here at the top because that's the awkwardest part to get to. And I've started with a knot. And whereas I know that linen and cotton are the most desirable recommended things to do sashiko on, I really enjoy doing it on denim. It seems like such a sturdy fabric to be sewing on. There's no flimsiness to it, and so I found that I really enjoy it. This is just going to be the way I want it to be. I can just change the design as I go along if I want to. I'm trying to keep my stitches all straight and even though. Still doing my tension control to make the little bit of sashiko puff up. And in this case I can't load too many stitches on the needle because with the denim it's that little bit thicker. Sashiko thimble's helping to push that through. So I'll continue doing this and then I'll bring it back and do some more decorative parts on here. I've been working some more doing the sashiko on this and I think it's coming along quite nicely actually. I think I'm just going to do one more of these flowers here and one more down here. And I think earlier I did mark this flower, but it's rubbed off for some reason. My ceramic, I seem to be having problems with my pens today. The ceramic pencil that I use just loads of times for things just doesn't want to stay on this denim. So then I went to using my heat erasable pen, which is this one, which is a Jousis, and I do like this. It works pretty well. When I used it earlier, I had one that had run out of ink, so I put that to one side. I'm not sure whether this one will, yeah, I think this one's got ink in it, good. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to work on that one. It's a new one. I might have to shake it up, mess around a bit with it to make it work. So what I came down to using was this. So I have to be really careful with these pens because some are heat erasable, those are the ones I prefer, but some are actually washout. So this one is actually a washout one. And I believe I bought this from Amazon. I'll try and find it and put the link on if I did. I'm going to mark this one at the top. I was trying to decide whether to put a bigger size, but I think that might look a little bit odd. So I think I'm just going to stick to the same size. And these little dots, I decided not to do those. I think it looks okay without them. If I did do them, I think I would have to do them as French knots. It would be hard to put a stitch that was just a dot stitch there. And I really don't want to do that on the back of these jeans. Partly because it's not my favourite thing to do anyway. So like the heat erasable pen, this one, it does take a while to show up after you've put it on. So I was too impatient with this other pen. I can see now that that has shown up. It's that delay. It just, because I tried it earlier and it didn't seem to want to work, I thought it was the same, but I think it's just the delay. So for this one, I am going to go back to using this. So sit that right there. I'll just mark this one in. I'll go all the way around this time. Sometimes you just have to try different things. I don't know if it's the denim that doesn't want to let the ceramic pen sit on there. It works really well when I've done 100% cotton with it, so I'm not sure what the difference is. And now I don't know whether you can see this or not, but where I have missed the line and gone off, you can see it's like almost like white paint. If you wanted to add a different little twist to this, stick around because I'll tell you about a couple of variations you could do at the end. For now, I've been thinking about using another template to add a few smaller petals in. It's kind of fun to think of ideas as you go along. And I was wondering whether to put a few of those on. I'm really not sure. If I did, I think they would be like just falling leaves maybe. Not sure that I like that idea. I think I'll mark these in and maybe that'll look like enough. Sometimes less is more, you know. You just have to decide as you go along. I'm going to go ahead and do this sashiko on this flower at the bottom. And I do have a little mark there that now shouldn't be there because of where I tried that pen. But this is the iron off one, so I'll just iron it off when I get rid of it. And another thing to point out is that, can you see that no matter which pen I've used, there's actually very little marking left on the fabric. Once you've covered it with the sashiko, you can see a few smudges. There's just not that much left there that needs to be either ironed or washed off. One thing about sashiko is it quite often will cover up the markings, and I think I've said before that I try to use a light coloured pen. For this one I'm using white, and I'm using a white pen. It makes it a little less obvious if there is markings left on there. If I was going to use pink sashiko thread, I would use a pink pen for the same reason. There is always that concern that it might come back, that some people have in cold weather. I don't have to do the thumb. I could just do the pulling with my thumbs, which is the other method of making your stitching plump up. Now this denim's also been really easy to sew. This is a really quick and easy project, and it's good to do those sometimes. It's really a one-day sashiko. It's just basically one stitch to learn and then just to practice the technique. It's great for doing with children, which is another reason to like it. Sometimes I sit here quietly and just sew. Sometimes I watch TV or listen to an audiobook while I'm doing it. I'm going to go on and finish this, and then I'll bring it back, show you what it's like with those two flowers done, and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to put those extra pieces on or leave it as it is. Thinking it's going to look okay to be left as it is at the moment, but I'll decide for sure then. I thought this would be done at this, but I've decided it needs a few more in here. So I'm going to put one down here, and then over here I'm going to do a partial one. And maybe the same here. I'm using the same pattern. I'm just going to position this about where I think it should be. Something like that. It's a bit hard to tell because the template is partly covering up what I've already sewn, and it's just a little bit hard to see just where it all ends beneath the template. So I'll have to draw this on, and if it's not in the right place, then I'll just have to draw again and move it. So I've got to wait for that to come up. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. And then down here, I'm just going to go on and draw the rest of these on. And then again, a partial one here. Yeah, I think that'll just fill it in quite nicely. The only place that looks a little bit empty still is right here, but I think that'll be okay. Once I get these flowers with the sashiko on, it'll be done. All right, here are the jeans. Let me move my equipment out the way. And these jeans are, well, I'm going to say they're done. The trouble with the sashiko is that I get started and it really is addictive, and I don't want to stop, and I keep looking at this and thinking, oh, I could put a bit more here and I could put a bit more here. So for now I'm going to stop so that I can show you these finished, and you can use your own ideas for, you know, what else you would put on here. One thing that I would like to say is that I know I showed you in here that I used two different pens, one an iron off and one a heat erasable, but I should say to you that really you shouldn't put both of these in one project. You know, I did that because one didn't seem like it was working and I switched over. But the problem is that if you use two, you have to know exactly which ones are which, because this one is iron off, but this one, if I iron over it, it could maybe make a mark that won't come out. Now I have actually ironed these markings and I think most of them have come out. I think there might be a little bit of wash off on there that's left on, but in some cases that might not be the case. I know I have used a blue chalk at one time and just forgot what I was doing, and I put the hot iron on it and then the marks wouldn't come out of what I was making. Yeah, just take note of what you're using and where you're using it, so that you do treat it in the right way, I guess is all I'm trying to say. One thing that I could have done with these jeans that would have been a little bit different would be to do some applique in these flower shapes. And so I would have used something like this or the blue. And then another option as well that I could have done was to do the sashiko in another colour. So perhaps this one, a contrasting colour, or maybe the variegated blue. The only thing is that when I do things with this variegated blue, quite often you only partly see the pattern unless you're really close, because the blue is so close that it seems to fade into the background. On jeans where these things are seen from a distance, that's probably not that great an idea, but that's just another option for doing a little design like this. So I hope you like this little project and you'll do something similar. I can't wait to wear these jeans. I think that's going to look really cute now. Sashiko is just so decorative. As I say, it's addictive. I want to keep on making more. If you want to see more sashiko videos, I'm putting my playlist at the end. And I hope you'll try this. Denim's just fun to work on.